Being around that bot side, and yeah, that's the matchup.
Yeah, this is not a good time, and it's only gotten worse, right, with the Kingslayer nerf as Fate going to dive forward. We can see that the stats for the Sylas very good, but it was a different situation for the Sylas. There's the dissonance, gets the slow into Fate. The clockwork is well and truly winding up.
High set of cooldowns in the early game for Fate. Feels horribly. Yeah, your fleet is going to help you a little bit.
Oh, that doesn't help anyone.
Not a lot, no. Right, and the ultimates, I think, on T1 side, 3 amazing ones. I guess you can say that the Gnar obviously is by far the strongest as owner.
Oh yeah, in he goes. Carrier's going to get the flash. They're looking for the stun onto Effort. Hook is going to connect though onto the Leona as now Prince trying to get that damage down. The Ignite's ticking, but Carrier does make it far enough away. We were looking at that teleport.
Rocco identifying that they might want to look to snowball this bot.
Oh dear. Well, he goes into the mist as now Teddy looks for some autos, gets that Hail of Blades, and that's going to help him out there.
And that is, I think, a trap they need to avoid here. Playing into T1 with an advantage is not a fun experience.
Oh, getting a flash would also be good, as immediately Teddy's going to cleanse. Has to flash though because the Flay was in range. He's only got a piercing arrow to throw down, but now no flash for Teddy, no cleanse either.
Yeah, 20 CS. Oh, this is a scuttle.
Yeah, great hook to come forward here as Carrier's just going to flash onto Prince, but immediately he has the cleanse, takes the Lantern as well to get himself back into a better position. His Effort in a bit of trouble. Croco looking for something as the Shockwave going to come through, but the Heartbreaker is buffered. Croco makes it out. Fate spotted here by Ono. That's great news for T1. As Fate not even able to get himself out of the way of the spear, as Ono walking further forward than even Effort was expecting, as now the fight is going to break out. Solar Flare goes completely wide. They do get the flash out, so Croco has to use everything, as now Prince down to 350. And T1 still closing in. The war of attrition from this poke composition working beautifully right now. And if Ono had missed, maybe that piercing arrow is dangerous, as Fate has found Faker. There's the Shockwave, but it's more
notice there, and they don't actually know that he's there, taking him down. Maybe he gets a Leona ultimate, and then the solar
back in the day. It's like, wow, he landed it. Speaking of landed it, goodbye, Mr. Cannon.
Generally, we'll be dead.
Oh, it's another Solar Flare to come out as Carrier goes on a wild ride, hit by a hook in the middle of it. He's able to flash himself out to safety. To give a comp like this, map controllers, that's a big old Gnar into the wall. The Cannon in trouble is going to have to flash out of the way of the spear. As he takes so much damage, Cannon wants more, and is going to pick it up with the Hyper Proc. The turret isn't going to be able to come any further forward, and Shirley is going to get her work done. Hook not going to be avoided here by Teddy, who finds the Chains of Corruption onto Effort. Well, just keep pressing that R button. Beautiful, love it.
We in the LCK have learned to truly appreciate the Cloud Souls for what they're worth. And I think a lot of other regions, they don't really appreciate what they have. As just, you don't need to do this as T1. And this is again feeling very similar to what we see Teddy do here, where he just says, no, Fresh, I'm gonna take you down.
Oh, 지렸다요?
And his wave clear is certainly going to be dangerous, as Fate says, no, I want to be able to hit you with your own ultimate. See whether he can actually find it, as now Teddy is just trying to, walk this one out as best he can. Escaping from the Sylas is going to be difficult as he lands the chains over the wall. Goodbye.
It felt maybe to Teddy for a moment there. Unfortunately, the chase potential of Sylas obviously great. Also Teddy flashing in the line, not ideal, and this is the kind of flank you need.
Yeah, Liv Sandbox looking for even more here. Teddy's still dead for 10 seconds at the summit. Has found 2 with his slicing Maelstrom. Faker immediately taken down. Carrier is just running away as best he can. The Baron's been alive.
Great spot, Kana. You can't get caught here. Drake is coming up soon.
Yeah, he's teleporting in vision, and it is going to get cancelled. Good by Canna.
You know, it's a pivot in the draft and a pivot in the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yep, too far up. Very greedy. Overextension, you know they're bot side as well. Not a lot to say about that one.
Nope. And Summit invests the ult. Absolutely worth it there just to make sure that it's where they can. The Baron has respawned as now Canna looking for Summit, but the teleport will come forward. That's a flash. And Summit just immediately goes golden, buys time for Fate to get on in here. And Canna, I don't know what that was, but it did not work. We'll just take the Baron buff. And T1 say that they do not want that. This is in fact the trade that they like making, as Carrier going to get a bit of a face check onto Fate, who's going to gnar him into the wall. Solar Flare defensively as the chains will connect onto the gnar, as the Shockwave does come forward as well. Faker is going to try and zone them, and they do so. T1 indecisive right now. The Baron going down relatively slowly, as Summit looking for his flank. There's the flash in! The exhaust is going to come down though, as now Summit's in trouble. He's going to fall immediately as Carrier goes golden. Chains of Corruption connecting, but there's not that much damage on T1's side. Prince forced out of there, has some short-range weaponry at the moment. And it's a 4v4. Prince is the win condition as there's the gnar. And Canna may have done it. They lock down effort. As now right into the back line they go as they trade 1-for-1. It's supports now that have been taken out.
Of 100 to 0ing that Lefsando's had is too much. A soul point is taken, but oh! Whew.
Okay, Teddy. Very close, but Summit might just be able to take him down here. Just needs one more Q, and that is good by Barretts. In the meantime, T1 are taking on the Baron. Let's see whether they can actually lock this one up. They're going to need to try and burst it. Lantern Ride is going to be taken here as T1 will be able to secure the Baron, but can they get out alive? Two-man Shockwave comes on through. Summit also has to use his Zhonya's, as now Owner is also going to go into his, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough. Yeah. Not the greatest. Certainly was a bit of a Hail Mary as this. Like, imagine if Prince just gets one shot here. You know, if that W-empowered Q is going to connect there from Teddy. Could have been a very different story. Could have been just a really clean take. But unfortunately, Teddy overextends for the attempted kill. And it is going to be a punishment there from Summit. And it's also, as far as ease of execution, this composition works extremely well, as there's the Solar Flare. Looking for some of these ultimates, as Crocco's going to flash his way out. Canna looking for the gnar bar, but he's going to... Yeah, Azale was right all along, I tell you. As the teleport come through here from T1. Summit trying to turn this possibility, as he's immediately going to get exhausted, as Faker not going to get taken down here. Summit absolutely is, as that might have been an overly aggressive play. As now, Liv Sandbox setting up. Chain's not going to connect at all, as now Prince going to take a Lantern. Chains of Corruption connect, as that's a big gnar from Fate. But where's the follow-up? He does find his Zhonya's button. Shockwave comes through and they get rid of the Silas. Crocco trying to get out of there as Owners dived on forward. Goodbye, Mr. Aphelios.
They're looking for it.
Yeah, we're going to go for the end. 5 members of T1 pushing on forward. 25 seconds on Fate, 22 on Prince. Is now Effort desperately trying to keep these turrets alive, but T1, they are one-track focused. They want this 3-0. Hook is going to connect onto Faker, but it's not going to be enough. And T1, despite everything that happened in the mid to later game, they are still able to make that decisive play.
It's just a really nice collapse from T1, identifying that one member is not in place at the right time.
And imagine if that gnar has the slicing it's done. Yeah, as we have a listen to T1 winning.
이거 끝낼만 하다. 끝낼만 해볼만 해고요.
리다 힐 분배 잘해봐.
나머지 먼저 뛰어서 이거 쳐도 돼.
만화 잘 아껴봐.
끝낼만해 이거.
Communicating the base race possibility, making sure that
Italy keep healing, keep healing, keep healing.
야, 나를 탈타줘 할만해.
Not quite able to stop the back.
바로
타줘.
캐년 10초, 캐년 10초.
야 이번에 끝내야 돼.
쳐야 돼 타워만
쳐야 돼. 비고 약해.
타워
비고 약해. 비고
타워 해
타워 비고 약해.
타워
벌려.
벌려줘 타워 줘 벌려 타워
이거
See Arda clutching his hands there.
쳐야 돼.
타워 쳐도 돼 그냥
아 지지 수고했다 얘들아.
나 탈진이 없었어 타워 쳐
This time around,
Yeah,
with the
it
amount
was.
of ups and downs and hots and colds that we were getting throughout this one. Damwon Kia, or of course Gen G for that rematch. Remember, Gen G were able to take down T1 3-0 in the spring semi-finals.
Actually hard. Because you can look at this series in multiple ways. You can look at this as T1, Teddy's back. They get that inactivity that had plagued T1 for quite a while. Showing up a little bit there. Game number 3, not the cleanest of execution.